In 1986, Hasbro continued to enjoy the success of its extremely popular 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe reboot. 4 years had passed since its introduction, and it showed no signs of slowing as the 5th series of action figures was released. This series included some personal favorites of mine, like the Cobra Battle Android Trooper, or BAT, and the Army Ranger Beachhead. And today, we'll be taking a look at Beachhead here on Creed's Collection. Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at Beachhead, one of my personal favorite G.I. Joes. I think one of the main reasons I like him so much is because he's wearing a balaclava, and because you can't see his face, it gives him an air of mystery, very similar to Snake Eyes. Beachhead was acquired through a trade when I was a kid, and I was pretty happy to get my hands on him. After all, I couldn't go to the store whenever I wanted to buy figures. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Beachhead. As I said before, his balaclava is super cool looking. He also has an interesting tactical vest on, and he's got the cool camo pants as well. I just really like the look of this figure in general. This is when the G.I. Joe figures were still pretty realistic, before they took a hard sci-fi turn a little bit later. He's got some nice details on him, like right here on the front of his chest. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like C4, but I don't think you would carry C4 on your chest. He's also sporting a pistol here on his thigh, as well as 2 knives on the opposite leg. There's no copyright date stamped on Beachhead, but we do see that he was made in Hong Kong. G.I. Joes are the benchmark for articulation. They have bendable knees, they have bendable hips as well, and they have a rubber band in the middle of their body that allows some pretty flexible movement, but it is prone to breaking. Their shoulders swivel up and out, and they also, on the arm here, they have what's called swivel arm battle grip, which was introduced on the 2nd series of G.I. Joes. And then their head is on a swivel, and it can also look up and down slightly. I secretly wished all 80s toys had G.I. Joe articulation, because to me, it was the best. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Beachhead's gear. He was packaged with a backpack, ammo pack, and a submachine gun. His backpack has got a couple pouches here on the side, as well as a crossbow bolts, some sort of rocket or RPG right here, and I think a launcher right here. I'm not sure. I just wish you could take the crossbow and the bolts off and put them in his hand. The ammo pack has a nice rubbery strap on it, so it's unlikely you'll break it when you're putting it on him or taking it off. But there's not much to it, it's just a cool accessory to throw on his shoulder. Beachhead also has a 9mm XF7 Wasp submachine gun, which I looked up, and it is an actual weapon from the late 70s. Here's Beachhead's file card if you'd like to pause and read. The number one thing I noticed is he's from Auburn, Alabama, and I got a lot of college football jokes I could make right now, but I'll refrain. And now for our He-Man size comparison. As you can see, He-Man dwarfs Beachhead, but whether He-Man likes it or not, Army Rangers always lead the way. Everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my toy review for Beachhead from the 1986 G.I. Joe toy line by Hasbro. Like I said, when I was a kid, I went out of my way to get a hold of this guy, and I'm glad I did. He's one of my favorites, and he has a place of honor in my G.I. Joe collection. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. I love reading and responding to them. And while you're at it, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help my channel grow. I review a toy from my vintage collection every Wednesday, so I hope to see you next week and every week after, here on Creed's Collection.